episode of Small Beginnings with Sarah. Earl and I are now on a road trip to the Pacific Northwest. We're just going over a bridge from Astoria, Oregon to Washington State. And we played golf today on the oldest golf course this side of the Mississippi. It was called Gerhardt Links, and it was not really fun for me. My body was really struggling. We had caddies for the first time, which was cool and really amazing. Some young high school students from the area, but my hips and my back were horribly in pain. A constant 8 really, and then moved to shooting 10. So I didn't play that well. And the title of this podcast, y'all, is called Look for the Good. Look for the Good. It's starting to rain right now. So honestly, I don't really need these sunglasses. Very rosy cheeks because it's raining now, but it wasn't raining earlier. And when I thought, what scripture would connect to this? And it's really Philippians 4:8. You know, whatever is true and lovely, think on these things. And whatever is right. I don't have it memorized, but I'm using my phone, so I can't read it to you. But God is really encouraging us in this verse to negative. And earlier this week, actually on Saturday, I spent the day with my dear friend Anne, and the coffee cup I chose at her house to drink coffee was called Look for the Good. And it made me think, like, how often y'all just have to show you this if you're listening to me, only you can't see. But if you're watching me on Facebook Live, then you can see this beautiful Columbia River going inland where the Pacific Ocean um, comes in as well. It's low tide right now. We saw some mud flats as we drove across, but I wanted to ask you because I've been asking myself, am I looking for the good? Or do I constantly look for the negative and try to find wrong? Last night, early station at dinner, ever really be soulmates, to be best friends, to be companions in this season of life. And we're so very thankful that for us, um, one of the things Earl told me is that I do look for the good. He's like, even when you're on the golf course and like you don't do a great hit, but you say, well, I'm at least closer to the green. Well, y'all, I got to practice that a lot today. Sometimes I wasn't closer to the green. And this golf course was built in 1892. I might have said 1897, but it was actually 1892. And so many bunkers, sand bunkers that are like from Scotland, and they're 4 feet straight up. And I got in the bunker too many times, and I really struggled to get out, and I could not find any good in that. It was extremely stressful. And I tell my caddy, I don't really even care what you give me on this, but I'm pulling the ball out because I can't get it out. I mean, sometimes I tried 4 and 5 times, and I'm not really a quitter because it's not really part of my nature, but yet, and sometimes you have to reach out, right? You can't keep going down the same way. You keep hitting your head against the wall. So, for the good, but also once you start looking for the bad, it's real easy to stay there. So I'm just going to say prayer for us right now, and I'm not going to be on here long because I don't know. We're driving through just true negative. So, God, would you help us to keep our eyes on you and to be hope? And that where we're discouraged, that we could pull out discouragement and look at the positive if we're going in the right direction, or do we need to detour, or do we need to stop for a minute and regroup? Y'all, a lot of people are going through stuff right now, as and I talked about this last week. Issues, maybe marital issues, maybe your children, relationship issues, maybe your church, you're disappointed in your church, you've been hurt. But here's the deal, y'all. God is on his throne, and he is a God of justice, and he is for you, and he loves you, and he sees you, and he wants you. And I pray that over this 4th of July weekend that you can celebrate the goodness in your life. To this in another country, do you hope? Because I know my listeners are from 40 different countries, which really excites me. In the United States of America, maybe Germany or New Zealand, or maybe I would find freedom with your gift, and that you can look I knew. It won't be the whole trail. Reconnect? No, not reconnecting yet. I just ended it. Good. Philippians 4, which I didn't have time to connect in there to my notes. But we lost phone service, and so it just ended. So I'm going to probably just send you another audio here in just a minute to sort of close down the podcast, and you can add it in to the podcast if you don't mind. I think it's probably 6 to 8 minutes, not very long, but I'll do a very short um, closing. Okay, bye bye. No, that didn't even go. Yeah, I just did a podcast, but I lost service. We're just crossed over into Washington State from Oregon. And so I went about 8 minutes, but I'm going to try to record something for you to use as the closing of the podcast. It's called Look for the Good. Okay. Hey, Victoria, doing a podcast. I got cut off due to poor phone service in Washington State. It's about 8 minutes. I'm going to try to send you less than a minute to end the podcast to add on there if you can, since it was cut off with loss of phone service. Okay, bye bye. I think. Makes me very upset. Okay, Victor, I'm going to try it this way on Messenger. I couldn't get it to go on with the Facebook app, but I did my podcast on Restream. It was 7 or 8 minutes on call. Look for the good, Philippians 4:8. But I lost service and it cut off. And so I'm going to record something. It's just 3 times, 4 times. A golf game. I'm pretty sure the state line was, yeah, the Columbia River. But it didn't say welcome to Washington, did it?
I didn't see it.
So let's see if this records. Nope, it's not recording. Huh. Let me see if this records. Yes, it's recording, and maybe I can send it to you. You'll have to cut. So to finish this podcast, because I lost service in the southern part of Washington, we crossed over the River out of Oregon. I was talking about finding the good, find the good. And so, Lord, I pray that you will help us find the good, that you will help us measure our words with those around us, with our families, with our friends, with our neighbors, that we will find the good and that we will concentrate on that. We're halfway done with 2025, y'all, and we have 6 months left of this year. And let's find the good in our lives, in our own lives, in the lives of our family, our children, our grandchildren, our neighbors, our friends, and let's keep our eyes on Jesus because he's finding the good in us, y'all. He's looking. So, blessings.